This is to James at Pandora's Box. I'm just making this in response because I've heard you say this a couple times and I had to respond to it. And you've said it in this video. In Acts, when it speaks about Jesus ascending into heaven, and Jesus uses these words, ascending and descending, for stepping in and out of heaven. Heaven means sky. Cielo means sky and heaven. When people say, you ask them, where's your grandma? Oh, she's up in heaven. Well, we use that term, and nobody thinks heaven is in the sky. But heaven is the sky. It's the same word. So being taken up, or Jesus descending from heaven, this is imagery. This is a way of expressing it. Whenever I read Acts, oh, he went up, and he went up, they're describing something they can't describe. So, easiest way. And he was taken up into heaven. Yeah, and they stood there amazed. I don't see, whenever somebody says, yeah, they went up to heaven, oh, they believe heaven's in the sky. Well, how do you say, I mean, where was the point when people did believe heaven was in the sky and then when it wasn't? I mean, was it up to the time of space shuttles when we could go there? No. People always knew it as a different concept, New Jerusalem descending out of heaven. I don't get that. Yeah, that's the imagery of it coming down, and that's what's used in the New Testament is imagery and parables. Yet every time it says taken up, you say, oh, that's evidence of, oh, it's Marcionism or Cerinthus or somebody like this. And it's just the language of the time. You make the argument all the time about Zeus and Yahweh, and oh, they all just mean God. It's just God. Um, but if I'm being consistent, arguing along your point, it would be no, those are different. Each time they mentioned a different God, they were talking about a different God. El Shaddai is different than Yahweh. That the Old Testament, they're not just all talking about God, Elohim and Yahweh and all these. They're just that's just God, which is that's what I claim. That's just God, capital G dash D, the God that's beyond gods. And they've always had to use pagan terminology, which you argue against. You say no, Yahweh and the Lord of Hosts and Elohim are all different. You go by this name thing. But yet, when you get to the New Testament, it seems to just be totally reversed. Uh, and what there could have been Christians that had a poor understanding said, yeah, well, heaven probably isn't the sky. Well, it's something removed from the earth. It's still getting blended with it's still, maybe there's not a clear definition, but it's the other world. It's the beyond this one. And if it's away from the earth, that's true because it's different, a different reality, different dimension, I guess you might say. But even beyond dimensions, dimensions beyond dimensions. It's kind of funny, all the Orthodox prayers at the end it says into ages of ages, Amen. You'd probably dig, but I don't know. It just seems strange that taken up into heaven has to mean the sky god. No, just like it didn't mean that in the Old Testament. Peace to you.